Hello everyone, once again, welcome to the second part of the course. And today I'll show you on the general interface on the environment of the software. Now, once you open the software, this is what you'll see. This is all my information. This is my user ID. I got it from my office. It's in the training academy, and I had my activation code that I used to enter. And as you can see here, the only thing that are active is for an option for a new project or for opening a project, or an option for seeing the recent projects that I've already worked on. As you can see, these are some of the projects that I've once worked on, and you can either use this one here, or you can use here open project. That will open the projects that we've already worked on, or you can start a new project. So uh, currently we are under building setting out. That is the first tab, and here just to start, and in order to view all this here, we have to set up a new project, because as you can see, everything here is opaque. It just looks like an underlay. So in order to make this all these inputs here active, then you have to start a new project. So I'll click here on new project, and it will ask me for a project code, or I could say a project name. So I'll just call this you can just call it a first tutorial. First tutorial. Please remember the available characters that you can use on the software are A to Z under capital letters, or A to Z under small letters, or 0 to 9, or underscore, or dash separator. These are the only characters that you can use here. Now, also, in order for the software to work well, the software works with templates. When we say templates, we mean these are the design codes that you're going to use for your analysis and all the process of design. So here, depending on the country that you live in, we have Brazilian codes, you have Colombian codes, Hong Kong codes, you've got India, Malaysia, and so forth. As you'll be scrolling down, you have United States codes and etc. But for me, in the country that I reside, we prefer using the BS code, or the United Kingdom code, that is BS 8110 or BS 8110. So I will select that, and after selecting that, I'll press OK. Here, just to show you, if I select templates, then I use templates. If I select projects, then it will give me a project that I will choose, so that I can copy the templates that I had already prepared. But we normally like to come back to templates, and you choose here the code that you're going to use. So for me, I'll choose United Kingdom, the BS code, and here is where your works are going to be saved in. So currently I'll be at local disk D under sample project, and a complete sample, and there I'll have my project. So I'll press OK. Once I press OK, just a moment. Once I press OK, then it will open. Everything now is transparent, and you can see how the working environment is. It's very user friendly, doesn't bring a scare. Yes, have things that are well arranged and easy to locate and play around with. So just to let you know, as you are doing your design work, as you proceed towards your right, that is how you are approaching, or you are getting to finalizing your design work. So the first part is on building setting out. Here it's all about setting out your building. Under modeling, here is all about modeling. So you're going to model your structural members, that's columns, walls, beams, slabs, and rib slab. And also you are going to set your grids, or it can be a single grid, or it can be an orthogonal grid. After doing your modeling here, um, it can be a structural member made of concrete, or a structural member that is made of steel, or it can be a composite. both, or it can be a truss, and also you have cladding, that is roofing. Now, after doing your modeling, you go to loading, where you will generate load cases and load combinations, as I previously said. You put impose load, dead loads, live loads, wheel loads, and etc. And you'll generate loads. And in case you have used finite element, maybe in slabs, in case of ribbed slabs, or in case of waffle slabs, you'll employ finite elements. Now, if you've employed finite element, you have to select this option, load decomposition by finite element. That is, you want to decompose the loads from the slabs onto the beams. Okay, and if there are any additional loads, in case you have partition wall loads, that's that will bring loads onto the slabs, or you have another slab initial loads. If you have point loads, line loads, and area loads, all of them you can define here, or else you can also define them on a member specifically. So after here, you're going to review, where to review here, there's an issue of building model check, where here you have to perform a check of the building that you have modeled. So here we just the software does the normal checks, especially deflection checks, whereby maybe you've improperly uh, modeled your building, maybe in terms of slab thickness, the spans of the beams, the slenderness of the columns, and etc. So the software must check the building that you've designed before doing any analysis. It will do a model. You have to do a model check, whereby it will not allow you to move on forward without you working on the problems on your model. It's so that to avoid any errors in analysis. Okay, here you can select members to move them to an axis point. You can delete and use the axis, or you can fix, and you can edit your materials. You can check the design status. Um, you can check the column sections. Let's ignore this. And after that, you're going to building analysis. Now, under building analysis for slabs, you'll come here under slab strip analysis. The same thing is here, load decomposition by finite element. You will select this if you use a finite element. And for beams and columns, you go under building analysis. So you've got model options. You come here to analysis. It will do a model check. Post analysis here. You will see column or wall design. This is a column, or for shear wall design, and then we for beam reinforcement design. So here is where you do your design, and you'll check for each members. Don't worry, as we proceed when we work, I'll show you how we do this. After that, then we'll go to design. We've already analyzed, then we'll come to design. You see, you can check columns design, story beams. If we have beams, you can check foundation beams. If we put foundation beams, slab analysis and design, we check the slabs, uh, footing, if we put footings of pile caps, and then you can check also for punching shear. So all this you'll be able to do after you've done analysis. Finally, you're going to drawings and report. So here you can load Prota details, so you can go directly and start to work on your detailed drawings. Form plans, these are for the slabs, and here there's a quantity extraction tables. You can get quantity takeoff for any member, for any members, maybe for columns, for beams. This is the same thing that will come up once you're in Prota details. And here this is a report manager. Under reports, here there's a report of any member that you are going to choose. Here is going to give you a report. You see, there's a beam design, column wall design, formwork design. All these they brought for you detailed reports. and then we have that input of BIM. I told you if you install it, it will come up. So you can import a model from Revit, or you can also export it to Revit. You can export your drawing into an image. You can export it to an STL file, export it to a 3D PDF. You can export to ETABS or to SAP 2000. This is only for analysis links. Maybe you want to check if the analysis you've done, if this software is the same as ETABS. And you can also import DX file. You can also export a DX or DW file. Okay, and again, you can go to this is display. This is just the display of the environment here, so you can change your visuals or display settings or rotation center and other things. Here for the views, this just if you want plan view, you want 3D view, you want tile vertical means that you'll be seeing both. You have a plan view here, you have a 3D view here. Tile horizontal, you have the plan on the top, at the bottom you see the 3D view. And the other thing, you can also get a 3D rebar model. Okay, it will only show you how the rebars are interconnected, how is the curtailment done. You see under this. Okay, and if you click this, it will reset it to the alignment of the existing view. And finally, it's just the help center in case you are connected to the internet. Then you will click here on the help center. Just as a heads up, once when you are using this software, you need to have the internet on when you are just starting, so that it can capture your activation code and your ID number. After that, you can switch off the internet. It's not important. Okay. The other few things just to catch up with you is that this part is for saving the project. Uh, yes, for undoing. This is for redoing. This one we call it a selection filter, in which, for example, right now what you've selected is slab. If you've drawn a lot of things here, you've drawn beams, you've drawn columns, you've drawn slabs, you've drawn grids, you have drawn shear walls, and etc. If you want to select only columns, then under this you will select this and then say first you deselect it, you deselect all, then you select columns, and then you click, you left click and drag. Once you've dragged and release, it will only select columns that are in that uh, plan view of the selected story. So this is just a new thing for the new version, which is very resourceful and helpful. So I'll close that. Here you can save or save as the work that you picked. And now this is the interesting part of the software, because it's like you'll be doing modeling in real time. Here, this is your working area. As you can see, it's just like a graph paper. Here's the origin. Here is where you'll be doing all your modeling. And once you model anything, it will show what you're doing under this structure tree that I told you. So under this structure tree, um, there's a place for axes. Under this axes, once you select it and right click, you see here it's going to tell you orthogonal axis generator. When you select this, it will prompt you to create axes here or grids. This will be elaborated on the next tutorial. Also here we also have the issue of views that I show you that time here. So the views are also here. These axes, they were under modeling, but now they're here. It's just like a shortcut. So under views here, when you right click, you can change to 3D view or plan view. Also here, it will create for if you want to find reports, they'll be here, and you have detailed previews of what you've created here. Maybe it's a detailed preview of beams, rows, or columns. And the last part is on the stories. So depending on the number of stories that we're going to generate here, all the stories they are going to be shown here. Currently we are under story 1, that's why this one is highlighted to where we are. Story 0 is the ground floor, or I can say is the foundation level. That's the story 0 and story 1. So currently for story 0 you won't see anything until you're back to story 1. The story 1 is where you're going to create columns, and the bottom part of the column that you've created, of the columns that we're going to create here, they'll be visible under story 0. So once the columns are visible at story 0, that's when you can design your footings. So as you can see here under this, just want to draw attention. When you create a column here, it will come here as a branch under columns. If you create a shear wall, it will come as a branch under shear wall. If you create a beam, it will be coming or popping up here as a branch under beams, and so forth for all the members that are shown here. If you create any of these members here, then they'll show up here. For each story, they'll be showing up here as a branch. So that is all about the interface of the software. The following tutorials I will show you on how now we can start to work with the first part, that is for modeling. And just a small heads up, under here setting center, I want to show you something before I finish this tutorial. It's the same thing like here under setting center. Now when in inputting setup, this setting center is just like you are setting your working environment. Remember we chose the template for United Kingdom, that was BS8110, I told you, made in 1997. Once you choose this as your country design code, it will come automatically with the still design code of BS5950 of the United Kingdom. That's why I told you you can do composite structures here, and you can also model your steel roofs. For the BMO slab design code, for the composite BMO composite beam slab design code, currently for this code of the United Kingdom does not uh, does not comprehend, or just does not is not compatible or to be used in this software. And for loading, it will use BS6399, and for the wind load, it will use Eurocode, the European Union. For the earthquake, it does not pick up earthquakes for the code that you've choose. So depending on the code that you're going to choose, it will decide for you the softwares that match with the template that you've just picked. Now, just to show something here under the Prota structure environment, this is very important. This part here of autosave, there was that prompt that was popping, then I told you just ignore it. It was this. You have to set your automatic save interval. For example, I saved it into 5 minutes. I can increase to 10 minutes. That is, after every 10 minutes, my work will be saved, because in case maybe of power shutdown, or your computers are shut down, or in case of crashing or anything, then it will just save for you your work, so that you don't lose it, because you've already invested much of a lot of time. I also here is for the number of backups that it can take. So I just put number of backups into 3. So it means it will pick the backups, and in an interval of after 3 saves that you've done. If you 10 minutes past, then you save your work. 10 minutes past, then you save the work. 10 minutes, then you save the work. Then that will be a cycle of 3 saves. So after 3 saves, when the software will back up, it will back up to those 3 if your computer shut down at that time. But going forth, if it didn't shut down, and then there are another 3 saves, then it will back up to that 3 save of that time. And that was most important part. Languages here you can change. If you want English or anything here, you can change language. Report languages, so you can change if you don't want English. And for the other things, for the other, okay, there's also important part is also about the units. If you want either to work with if you want to work with millimeters, centimeters, or meters, you can change. This is your preference. Here you can change the labels for any maybe labels for the rebars in the columns, or any you can change here for the codes. As you can see, you can also come to columns here and change anything you want to change. Minimum steel bar percentages, parameters, rebars, detailing. You can change the colors, etc. All that you can play around with it under the design center. So that was all that I wanted you to just to give you as a quick heads on or thumbs up. So let's click OK. That's all for now for the general introduction of the software. Please let's catch up on the next tutorial. Thank you.